Well, most likely he had prostate cancer for a long time, and the aggressive prostate cancer such as this at age 80 grows over a long period of time. I mean, usually it takes from the first diagnosis of prostate cancer to spread would take 5 to 10 years, even in the most aggressive form.
So more than likely, all of this was probably a cover up. But more than anything, I do want to say that this is horrible information. The fact that he has prostate cancer. I want us to focus on that, please. So I'm just going to encourage y'all to be a little careful when you communicate about these types of things. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. We're talking about President Biden. He's dealing with it. Him and his wife, they probably knew about it, been dealing with it for a minute. His family, they've been dealing with it for a minute. And we finally have been brought into the fold and we can discuss it now. Just be careful with how you move forward with your discussions.
It's very unlikely that someone could get annual checkups and not notice a PSA elevation over the past, this is what I typically would see in a VA hospital, where a patient hasn't had medical attention in 10 years, presents to an emergency room with bone pain, and then they find that it's metastatic prostate cancer. But in the modern age of medicine, especially the fact that he was a former president, he had intensive state-of-the-art, care where we can see prostate cancer, 10 years in the past. So this is, it's very unusual to hear that someone has prostate cancer where they're annually being followed up. And the fact that we just find it at a Gleason 9 is just pretty much unheard of in this day and age of medicine. Even in the even in the inner city populations, we wouldn't see it.
So you're saying even in a medically neglected population, it would be surprising to have a surprise diagnosis with a Gleason score of 9. So you're saying that certainly as he was serving in the Oval Office, you believe that he knew that he had prostate cancer, and even potentially as he was running in 2020 before he assumed office?
Well, most likely he had prostate cancer for a long time, and the aggressive prostate cancer such as this at age 80 grows over a long period of time. I mean, usually it takes from the first diagnosis of prostate cancer to spread would take 5 to 10 years, even in the most aggressive form. It's just, to me, it seems very surprising that the first diagnosis would be a metastatic diagnosis, especially Gleason 9 cancer, without having his PSA history. I mean, I would like him to get to release the PSA history right now to see what it was. I mean, I'm talking from an area of kind of not as much information as I would like to have.
And it is not standard. We were looking for a PSA score to be released as part of these public presidential health reports. We didn't get Trump's most recently either. I want to ask very quickly, so much has been made of his apparent cognitive decline. Is there a possibility that either the cancer itself or any treatments he was undergoing in secret could affect cognitive function of a person?
Yeah, absolutely. Because what happens is when prostate cancer becomes, like, say you get treated for prostate cancer and then the prostate cancer recurs, what you would do is you would start someone on a kind of a testosterone blocking hormone such as Lupron, and because Lupron acts to lower your testosterone, it gives you kind of like symptoms of depression, lower energy, fatigue. So there's a lot of things that go with being on Lupron treatment. So Lupron is a class of medicine that just castrates, chemically castrates someone so that the prostate cancer doesn't spread. And so Lupron was likely used in Joe
I understand.
Biden.
So to be very clear, you believe he was silently, secretly battling this for at least 5 years?
Well, I think that's yet to be seen. I mean, it would be very surprising, like I said earlier, for him to have prostate cancer at Gleason 9 spread to bone without, without being neglected medically. So the fact that he was seen medically every year, it's just very surprising. I mean, his PSA must be over 50 at this point, if not a lot more, just because of bone mets. Is a sign that it's very aggressive and spreading to other parts of the body.
We never knew President Biden's mental state, okay, in the last 4 years. We never knew his physical state. So more than likely, all of this was probably a cover-up. But more than anything, I do want to say that this is horrible information, the fact that he has prostate cancer. I want us to focus on that, please.
We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.
Yes, we were probably lied to. Did they just now find out when they gave the public the information? Hell no. Hell no, they didn't, man. They already knew this. We already knew what happened, bro. And shout out to President Trump for giving such a classy message when he heard about it. This is the message he gave. He said, Melania and I are saddened to hear about Joe Biden's recent medical diagnosis. We extend our warmest and best wishes to Jill and family, and we wish Joe a fast and successful recovery. This is how you're supposed to respond to these type of things, man. I thought this was really classy, straight to the point. And just in case you don't know, it was like it was a little bit of pageantry for all of high-ranking officials, politicians to post something about this. Kamala said that her and Doug wish him the best. President Barack Obama said that him and Michelle wish him the best and everything. So that being said, man, I love how everybody come together in a time of need like this, and just looking beyond all the BS. But we cannot forget the fact that they did nothing but lie to us for the last 4 years. He could have already had cancer, been battling it, but I saw somewhere inside of the chat, somebody mentioned this. Maybe he couldn't receive the treatment that he wanted to receive or needed to receive, because if he had, then somebody would have told the press, the right would have found out, they would have definitely lost the election, and they were just trying to hedge their bets. They was trying to play chess. They was trying to keep things away from us. And now it's out there that former President Biden is fighting prostate cancer, and they're saying that it's bad. It's bad. All right, it's bad. So hopefully nobody's out there celebrating it. I have seen on social media, some of y'all have been really mean, talking about all the things that he's done, all the things he's responsible for, and how karma is coming to knock on his door and all that other stuff. I'll let y'all do that. I'll let y'all have those conversations by yourselves. I'm not even going to get in it, because God is listening. God is listening. And we all got something to give God praise for. And we all have been blessed with God's mercy. Like, we don't know. Maybe by next year, we can be talking about somebody who has cancer, right? And we're saying that they deserve it, or that they already knew, and we're talking bad about these people who suffer it. And then next year, we are suffering with it, or somebody that we love is suffering with it. So I'm just going to encourage y'all to be a little careful when you communicate about these types of things. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. We're talking about President Biden. He's dealing with it. Him and his wife, they probably knew about it, been dealing with it for a minute. His family, they've been dealing with it for a minute. And we finally have been brought into the fold, and we can discuss it now. Just be careful with how you move forward with your discussions, okay? Because that's the one thing you can control. You can't control anything else that's out there. But if it comes out of your mouth, you can control that. If you're typing it, you can control that, all right? Absolutely no excuse whatsoever.